want you to take a look at that logo right there and all those names. See that? Everywhere in the Coastal Bend, somehow, some way, on November 14th, if you donate $1, $5, $10, $100, your donations on that day are going to be matched. In other words, you're going to be giving double.
No amount is too small.
And it's going to go to wonderful organizations that you see there, serving the entire Coastal Bend, from Alice Freer all the way to Rockport, right?
Yes.
All the way down to Kingsville,
yes.
All the way north to Beeville. So many different areas of our community that are going to be covered, and we want you to be a part of it. With us right now is a dear person, Christina Jinsky, right?
Yes.
Who is with us. She is with Agape Harbor. Tell us a little bit about your organization.
Agape Harbor is a child placing agency here in the Coastal Bend. We are a 501c3, so we're a nonprofit, and we are the only faith-based child placing agency here in the Coastal Bend.
How do you become a foster or an adoptive family?
If you are interested in becoming a foster or adoptive family through Agape Harbor, you could call us at our office number or go to agapeharbor.org to express an interest. And once you do express that interest, we will ask you to join an orientation class where we would give you further information and the steps you would take to become a licensed family through Agape.
Christina, let's talk about the need here. We know that the Day of Giving on the 14th is key. And every one of these organizations that you just saw scrolled on the screen need help. They're part of this. But this organization, yours, Agape Harbor, is taking care of how many kids right now?
We have several children in our current foster homes, and they all come from state care. So they're all children who are in the custody of Child Protective Services right now, needing a safe, close to home placement to live in.
Okay. And that's the key. That's where the money goes, is to help these children during the time that they're in between this period of time where they don't have a home. It's to care for them and help them?
Sure. So the money, if you were to give to Agape Harbor, it would go towards not only those children we currently have in placement, but also helping license the families that are wanting to come in. As you mentioned earlier, how do you become licensed? That's a process. So that money would go towards helping our families become licensed that did express an interest. So they have to complete a home study process once they go through several trainings that are part of our harbor and a part of the state requirements to become a licensed foster home or an adoptive home as well. And so that would go towards those home studies, which are about $500 a piece per family, and would also go towards reimbursing our families for the background checks, TB tests, and training requirements that they do have to go through.
How long has Agape been part of the Coastal Bend Day of Giving?
This is actually our first year as part of the Coastal Bend Day of Giving.
And I know that there were several organizations that this is their first year. Now, the Coastal Bend Day of Giving, we do it once a year, but I know your organization needs help year around. So hopefully our community will, reach in their pockets and give whatever they can to make sure that you have enough funds, for the year. Are there any other, fundraisers that you have, or is this the only one that you're focusing on?
Currently, this is the one we're focusing on because we know how important it is for our harbor to be a part of it, but also the entirety of the Coastal Bend.
Christina, we mentioned that you have such facilities throughout the Coastal Bend. Can you name a few for us?
Sure, we have several homes here locally in Corpus Christi. We have homes that are trying to license currently in Kingsville. We have homes that are active in the Beeville area all the way out to Rockport and Refugio and many places that serve the Coastal Bend area.
Sure. And each one of them would benefit from this Day of Giving, right?
Correct, yes, they would all benefit. We also have several families, like I said earlier, that are in the licensing process. We probably have about 20 families right now that are working through the licensing process. They're in various stages of it, whether it be the home study process or the training process, and they're working through that with us currently.
How long does the process take overall?
On average, the licensing process takes about 2 to 4 months.
Very good. So again, if you would like to help Agape Harbor, November 14th is the day to do it. You've got the information already. We put up a QR code so that you can, take your camera and take a picture of it and contribute. Consider contributing, enough to make a difference, okay? Every dollar is appreciated. If you give more, of course, you know it's going to be matched by so many of these wonderful folks who've gotten together, put money together to match your donations, and it's going to help organizations like Agape Harbor. Christina, thank you so much for coming by and sharing your story.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.